It's pretty early for our show. But I don't think we've ever done one this early.
Yeah, is this what morning radio must be like?
Oh, God. I feel bad for them.
Imagine having to get up this early and,
If you work morning radio, you should actually get paid more. That should be like the graveyard shift.
Well, no, but morning radio is... That is what it is. Those are the highest paid shows because that's when the most audience is tuning in.
Oh, okay, yeah, on their way to work.
That and the afternoon drive.
Yeah.
My voice is different in the morning.
Right. It's mellow. Mine's still the same. It's like loud and crazy, right?
All right. So it was a week. So what happened then? I mean, there wasn't much in the news. I mean, just president getting indicted.
The news was basically all the Orange Man. It was just more shit about the Orange Man. Just Orange Man stuff after Orange Man stuff.
Here's my take on it. I don't know if it's now, nobody should be above the law, right?
No. Yeah. No, they should have... Nixon should have never got pardoned, and maybe this would have never happened,
Yeah. So he got indicted on 34 counts of business fraud, which I guess might have just been misdemeanors. And, just cooking the books, basically.
Right.
And money going here and there, and you just put money in different places to pay off Stormy Daniels. Now, my only issue is that this happened back in 2016, what's the statute of limitations on something like that?
I don't know. I don't know that there aren't there some things where there aren't statute of limitations?
Well, here's what it is. In New York, the statute of limitations would be up, but the person would have to maintain residence in that district for so many days, which when he was being president, he was either at the White House or Mar-a-Lago, so he didn't maintain the residence. So that's how they were able to get away with that.
Oh. Huh.
Now, where it comes felony charges is because supposedly it was campaign finance violations. And a lot of people are saying, well, it's a flimsy case. And we don't know because we don't know what evidence. We just know that they decided to bring it to trial later this year.
Right.
So if you didn't do anything, you didn't do anything, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that would be found out by the court, And what people forget about is it's not the prosecutor, the DA, and it's not the judge. It's the grand jury that decided to bring these to trial.
Right.
So if you're and he does the most stupid thing ever, right? He goes to court. He does his little perp walk. You know what the funniest thing about that was? Did you see the video of him walking into the courtroom?
No, I didn't see it.
The security walks in, and he's right behind the two security guys, right? Bailiffs or whatever. They don't hold the door for him, and the door closes in his face.
Oh, I'm going to have to, now that you told me that, I'm going to have to watch it,
Yeah. Do you think Donald Trump has ever had to open the door for himself before?
Probably not. Maybe he doesn't know how.
It wasn't a long delay, but it was kind of... I mean, if I had the president, I don't care if it's Donald Trump or whatever, I'm going to hold the door for him. Oh, so that's going to come to trial, and...
But, yeah, if it was in New York, though, doesn't, the whole fucking state of New York, except for Staten Island, hate Trump or whatever?
Yeah, and... Yeah, no, well, upstate New York, they probably like him.
Oh,
where
okay.
It's farms and stuff like that. Shit. But what I think that what's going to happen, though, is now, if the Republicans ever, win the presidency, they're going to be looking at charges for anybody they can. So it's going to start the slippery slope of, madness. And I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing. I hope the case is solid on him, but they're going to drag it out. They're just going to drag it out till after the next election, anyways.
Well, yeah, he'll keep dragging out. He's probably, he's going to get indicted more times, though. Probably in Georgia, and then hopefully for January 6th, too.
Yeah, he's going to be...
He'll drag all of them out.
He's going to be like the new...
I don't think I honestly don't think he'll ever see a day behind bars because, number one, I don't know if he would really... Rich people don't really have to go to prison, they buy their way out of that. But he'll probably end up dying before. He's not like a young guy, and he's not in the best shape. It's like by the time he drags all this out, he'll either be dying or close to it. You would most likely.
Think.
He's like, what is he, pushing 80 already?
Yeah, he's got to be 77, 78.
Yeah, so.
And the same ones that said, well, Biden was too old to run, but they'll support him.
And the thing is, 2 years behind him.
And the thing is, I think this assures him the Republican nomination.
Oh, yeah. Which I'm glad about. I hope that...
Yeah, because he's going to be a weak candidate.
Yeah.
Because he does turn off... This isn't... Now, his base loves this. They love it.
Oh, yeah.
But... And now
he's already, how much money he's already made from all this? I think they were saying like $5 million or something.
Yeah, and okay, and to those people, and they don't listen to this podcast, of course, but to those people, just think about it. The man flew up there on his private plane. He has to hire a motorcade to make this spectacle to get from the airport to Trump Tower to the courthouse.
Did you see the meme that one of my friends sent in? It's a picture of his giant jet, and like all the cars around it showing up to get him, and it says 2023's version of the white Bronco.
That's funny.
I know, right?
But if he has a private jet, why does he need your money for legal funds?
I know. And he was like bragging about it too, like how much he said something about the amount of money he made, like in the 2 days that he was, leading up to all this. And the day, I think the day leading up to it and then like the day that it happened were the days that he made like a ton of money off of these people. You feel bad for him, but you're like, oh my God, he's doing this. I think the reason he's continuing to do this is just to make money off of them. That's what I think it's all for.
Right.
I don't know that he really even wants to be the president again.
Who wants that job anyways? That's why you can't get anybody decent to run. Nobody really wants that job.
If he keeps losing, then he can run again next time, too.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. Well, he runs and the people keep on contributing to him. And the guy doesn't have to... He doesn't have to put money into political ads because his face is everywhere, 24/7.
And he doesn't even have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the media gives him free advertising every day.
Yeah, so what does he need the money for?
Right. For whatever he spends his money on, he can't possibly spend all of it on McDonald's and Diet Coke.
Yeah. And I don't know. No news. Bad news is any publicity is good for them. He gets his face everywhere. And then what does he do? And I was a little bit surprised that CNN covered his speech at Mar-a-Lago after. Because I'm like, why would you give him that platform? But at the same time, that speech was horrible. It was just his greatest hits of grievances.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was the greatest ever, and there's footage of millions of ballots being stuffed in ballot boxes. No, there isn't.
And he knows all that. He probably just keeps repeating all that. So he goes, I know they're clicking on the internet, clicking to send me money. Yeah. And then he's got Lindsey Graham crying on Fox News to send fucking Donald Trump money.
Right. It's like the greatest hits. It's like a stripper coming out and starts dancing to "Don't Stop Believing." You know what I mean?
Right.
They play the hit song. The dollars start coming out. You know,
Dollar bills.
they're
y'all.
stuffing them in his little G-string.
Ew. Oh, can you imagine? I don't want to.
But here's what I had a problem with, and this is something that my friend posted about this. He goes, well, the January 6th lie imploded. Okay, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Where's the lie? You saw the footage. You saw it. You saw it.
There's no convincing them. They want to believe what they want to. They don't give a shit what really happened. They want what they want. They're in a cult.
Yep. So now their desperation is showing with this weak case. Okay, I can sort of, maybe this case is weak, maybe, but we don't know. Mm-hmm. We don't know what the evidence is. Okay, they know they will never beat him again in 2024. Mm. Well, we did it. Mm. He was 0-2 in the popular vote.
He lost by how many million votes was it? Like, didn't Biden have like 80-something million votes?
It was like
74 million.
Forgive us, our fact checkers off this weekend, but
they don't even care about that. They're like, nope, it was lies.
Yeah, it was fake. So he goes, love him or hate him, this is a dangerous step for our nation as a whole. Yeah, I can sort of agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, people are violent lately.
Yeah, if you don't realize that they are after the person for the last 6 years and not the crime. Okay, now that part, okay, they're after the person for the last 6 years and not the crime. Now, I realize that people have a hard-on for trying to get Trump on something, anything, okay? But he does a lot of shitty things. Mm-hmm. If he didn't do shitty things, they wouldn't have anything to go after him for.
Right.
Okay, so they're going after him for the last 6 years and not the crime. Is that admitting that there was a crime done? That this person who wrote this thinks that there was a crime done? Then you people are supposed to be for being tough on crime. Okay,
all they know is like, I must do whatever my leader says, you know?
Okay, investigation after investigation after investigation. He's the most investigated person on earth. True, because he does so many shitty things that need to be investigated.
He's paying people off. He's begging for votes. I mean, he tells you goons to show up at the Capitol. It'll be wild.
Yeah. So, and then
but he's doing nothing wrong.
Yeah. And he goes, and if you support this kind of corruption, you are definitely America's cancer. Now, that's a line that I had a real problem with. Okay, and I know this person doesn't listen to the podcast, and I did have a conversation with him. Now, I lost, my kid's uncle, who's like family to me, to cancer last year. Mm-hmm. So if you're comparing me because I support, the law doing its job in investigating this person who's doing these alleged corrupt things, and you're calling me a cancer because of that?
I would have but what you have to do is, you read the whole thing. I'm sorry, I don't care what the fucking QAnon people think or say about us, because I'm like, everything that comes out of your mouth is fucking ridiculous anyways. Like, they think the whole thing with the Jewish space lasers and I don't give a shit about what comes out of your guys' mouth. I don't Say whatever you want.
I don't know if this guy is QAnon or not, because he is sort of a reasonable guy.
Aren't they all like kind of QAnon if they believe that the election was stolen and whatnot, and they don't believe in 1/6?
Okay, and this is how it ends, and then I'll go back a little bit. I worry the day is coming very soon when very good men are going to have to do some bad things to stop the extreme corruption in America.
Yeah, this is all QAnon. I mean, the fact that he thinks that...
So does that mean like he's saying like, well, you know what he's trying to say there? Yeah, we're going to have to grab up our arms and go against the government.
Yeah, he's talking about a civil war.
How is that going to work out? Okay, you're going to be up in Idaho, and you say shit like that, you're just going to have a drone fly over your house and take you out.
Is that where he lives, Idaho?
Yeah.
Okay,
but he's from New England.
Yeah, but that makes sense. There's like basically like in QAnon land, they are like, come to Idaho, like move to Idaho if you don't like the liberal. Like it's a hot spot for them.
I've known this guy. I know this guy since he was 14 years old. You know, I mean, took him to his first concert and stuff like that. His mom used to let us, statute of limitations over. His mom let us come over on New Year's Eve, and she would, let us have alcohol. He goes, the only rule is you don't leave the house.
Right.
You just stay here. Okay, great. So I've been really close to this person. He's like a brother to me. So when you posted that, it was kind of hurtful. And I made a Facebook post that said, wow, I don't like being compared to cancer because I don't like this guy and I support this investigation. Mm-hmm. Whether, and I don't know what he did or not. So he knew who to direct to, but I didn't name names, but he's definitely going to know who I'm talking about, what I'm referencing by saying that. Mm-hmm. So he posts, he goes, well, no, he goes, you didn't really read what I was typing there. And I'm like, yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. You said, if you support this, you're the cancer. You know what I mean? That's how you interpret words. Words can be interpreted different ways. The Second Amendment is a perfect example. You can interpret words different ways. A well-regulated militia means two different things to two different people.
Okay.
And we kind of buried it. And after that, I deleted the post and I texted him. Instead, I'm like, well, here, let's not hash this out so everybody can, read it. Let's work it out. And we worked it out. Mm-hmm. And he goes, look, we don't know and it basically saying, look, we don't know. We don't know what's in that. We don't know what the allegations are. This is before it came out what the was in the indictment. Mm-hmm. I'm like, we don't know. We don't know. You and I, we don't know the evidence on it. Let's just see how it plays out. He goes, I agree. Let's see how it plays out. Well, then, stop posting this bogus bullshit then.
Yeah, it's just, but I mean, I know that he's your friend, but I wouldn't let someone like that hurt my feelings. It's just like, okay, you think I'm a cancer. I don't think your brain even lives on this planet. Okay, you're in some alternate universe where you think that ballot boxes were stuffed, and you probably believe the 2000 Mules movie, which has been proven, it has been debunked that it is bullshit. Okay, it's like you live in a different world than I do. Okay?
Yeah, it's different Americas. It's two different realities. We are living in two different realities.
He lives in Trump America. We live in regular America. America.
Did you see Marjorie Taylor Greene went up to New York?
Yeah.
And she was trying to rouse the troops.
She's trying to be the female Trump. It's like she's trying to get all this.
What did you see the footage of her on the bullhorn? And then and then everybody they started blowing whistles and air horns and then stuff, and they just drowned her out so nobody could hear what she was saying.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't hear her.
And she only lasted like 2 minutes, and they had to escort her out of there.
Yeah, they were playing a clip of her when she was on, I think she was on Tucker's show, talking about how, now mind you, Tucker lives in New York. The show is done in New York. Fox News is in New York.
Right.
And he's like, what do you think of New York? And she's like, New York is disgusting. There's people in the streets. It's gross. It's terrible. I would never want to live in a place like that. It's like, good. New York doesn't want you there either.
Yeah. And
so stay the fuck out.
And the whole thing is, the argument was, now New York's getting tough on crime, weak on crime. New York was rated the 4th safest city.
It's safer per capita. New York is safer than Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Oklahoma has far more crimes done, deaths, all that, than fucking New York City.
Yeah, you know who's number one on the list, and I'm sorry, Peter, Memphis, Tennessee is number one as the most violent crime per capita, Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah. Tennessee is like on my list right now.
Yeah, we'll get to Tennessee in just a little bit, but I don't know. And what they're saying is because they're not prosecuting crimes, but I read the list of crimes. Some of the crimes that they're not prosecuting, it's stuff like, you know how someone goes to the subway and they jump over the little partition so they don't have to pay the fare?
Uh-huh.
They're not prosecuting that, stuff like that, like really small misdemeanors because
why waste the time in court?
Yeah, exactly.
It wastes taxpayers' money.
Yeah, so that's what they mean by New York's not prosecuting crimes.
Yeah.
But you're not going to hear that on Fox.
No.
You know.
And they live there, like I said.
Yeah, no,
they know the truth.
Yeah, you're going to say, yeah, New York's a hellhole, but you have no problem, living in your, 60th floor condo. You have no problem going out to the fancy restaurants and the exclusive after parties that you get invited to. And no problem with that. I'm supposed New York City's great. I've been to New York City many times. Mm-hmm. I think it's a great city.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a city. It's like any city. Yeah, like there's lots of people. There's gonna be trash. Yeah. In places. There's gonna be. Yeah. It's gonna be a little dirtier. There's lots of people there living and working. But the thing is yeah, you can't go even like one block without finding a good place to fucking eat there. Yeah. They've got fabulous food everywhere.
I know. I was.
So she can shove it.
I was in New York, and it was a block off Times Square, and this is how I knew this would be a really good pizza place. Because I walk in, it's one of those places, doesn't even have a door. You just, just walk right in, and, you walk right up, the counter's right there to your left. But I look to my right, and I see pictures of Robert De Niro eating there, and, like Stallone eating there. And I'm like going, yeah, this is where I'm going to get pizza because this must be amazing. And it was the best pizza I have ever had.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, so fucking crime stats, if you look at it per capita, a lot of it happens in red states per capita.
Yeah, they're becoming like they sit there and talk crap about the cities and all that. It's like, you're worse. Like, look at your stats.
Yeah. Like Bakersfield, California, has a higher crime rate per capita than San Francisco.
Yeah, that's another one. And they like to do the reverse and try to claim that San Francisco's like this hellhole and blah, blah, blah.
And of course, if you have more people, it's going to seem like there's more crime. But per capita is, I'm sure Kingman has a very high crime rate per capita. I don't know the statistics off the top of my
I don't know. But yeah, the thing I'm getting sick of listening to people around here bitch about is all the homeless in the cities. I'm like, do you drive around here with like your eyeballs poked out or something? I'm like, the homeless issue is a nationwide issue. It's not just the cities that are having. Yeah. We've got homeless people. We've got people that stand at the freeway at all our freeway exits.
When I stopped and got this Mountain Dew right down the block here, there was one homeless person who asked me for $1, and there was another one sitting right behind the concrete barrier with their dog.
I know. I'm like, where? They just don't. Do they just not want to believe that it happens in their own towns too?
And if you say, well, in LA and Phoenix, and you do see it where we have these tent cities and stuff like that. But if you're going to be homeless, wouldn't you want to be somewhere where it's warm also?
Yeah. You wouldn't want to be somewhere freezing.
Yeah, because you're living on the streets.
But it's like I've seen the tent set up here in Metcalf Park one time. I saw a homeless tent set up. I think they made the person leave, but it's like we have the same problems.
Yeah,
like places like Portland and San Francisco and Phoenix, you notice it more because there's more people there too. So you're going to notice it more.
Yeah, and why aren't people, instead of getting outraged at the homeless, now there's many reasons. It could be it's drugs, it's mental health issues, but it's also
Reaganomics.
it's also in cities in particular, foreign companies are buying up buildings. So say put it simply, say there's 4 buildings in a 3-block area, three buildings. Now, a foreign company will come out and buy those 4 buildings, okay? But then they will only rent out one of them for apartments, okay? Now, 4 buildings. Now, the supply and demand of housing has gotten smaller because there's only actually one building to get apartments in. So what can you do if the demand is high? You can raise prices, and it's gone to that point. Like they're raising prices in Kingman. I've heard that people are buying houses to rent them out as Airbnb, and then they're not renting them out, which makes the housing market smaller. So the housing for available rentals is lower, which the demand is now higher. So you can create.
Why would folks here buy a house to turn into an Airbnb and then not do it? Then you're paying a mortgage and not making any money, and you live in another. I don't understand that.
It's just
they must have money that. Do they just shit money? Is that what's going on? Are there some people that actually do that?
It's just the way the market is. You're buying these properties, and then
I can see them doing the Airbnb. Doing that. That's people should be allowed to own a couple properties to do that with.
But the problem being is with demand being high and supply being low, is you're pricing everyone out. Like what's a 1-bedroom, $1,200 a month in Kingman? Who can afford that on the money that people around here make?
Some of the folks, those little houses down the street, those tiny like bungalows right behind Circle K, those ones, they try to rent those out for $1,900 a month. Like, who do they think can afford that?
Yeah. I don't know. And that's why why can't people see like that is contributing to the homeless crisis? Because people can't afford housing anymore.
Yeah, where are they going to go?
Yeah. And if you think it's bad in Kingman, you can imagine what it is in L.A.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I realize people in L.A. probably make more money, but at the same time, it goes along the same thing. You could probably make $70,000 or $80,000 a year in Los Angeles and have a hard time affording rent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, most definitely. Because I'm sure their rent's got to be like the lower end is probably like $3,000 a month. Yeah. Don't you figure?
Yeah. So back to Tennessee. And this one kind of really pissed me off. Justin Jones and Justin Pearson. And I forget what was the lady's name? Do you know?
Gloria Johnson.
Okay, Gloria Johnson. So they joined a protest because of the shooting in Nashville.
Right, the school shooting.
The school shooting. And they joined the protest and they got expelled from their positions in the House of Representatives in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Now think about that. We can't get rid of Paul Gosar because of he definitely contributed to January 6th.
Oh, yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene definitely contributed to January 6th. We can't expel them, right? But you can expel Justin Jones and Justin Pearson.
Right.
Who are black. And they didn't expel Gloria Johnson. Now, what does that tell you?
It's like, that is proof right there. Like,
yeah, and you say, well...
It's like there is racism right in your face.
Yeah. Well, it's not racist.
The way that the one guy, I don't know what his name is, but when he was talking to, he has some leadership position. When he was talking to Justin Pearson, the way he was talking to him, you're like, I mean, I was waiting for him to blurt out like the N-word or something. I'm like, why would you talk to somebody like that you work with in government? It was gross. It's like trying to like put him in his place, exert his superiority over him.
Yeah.
I was just like, and you're doing this, the whole world is watching you do this.
And people are like, well, this is good trouble, but I don't think this is a good thing at all, expelling somebody because just they support, sensible gun legislation, and you're going to kick them out, especially because they're black. And said, well, now it's going to be time to burn that to the ground. But you know what the narrative is going to be if there is protests that get out of hand and people start, destroying property or whatever. You know how that's going to go. See, we were right. We were right. Look, they're destroying everything. Black Lives Matter. Violent. It's all violent. And I understand why people are going to be visibly upset about this. Mm-hmm. You and I are upset about it, but we're not going to go burn anything, But, we should be upset about.
They should turn their frustration and anger into something positive and vote these guys back in. Should make them your state senators. That'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, these two Justins, you goddamn bet that they're going to be running for like a higher office and then, statewide, going to Washington. Mm-hmm. But the problem being is the House of Representatives from Tennessee are redistricting Nashville to branch it out into the outskirts more. So the Republican voters will outweigh Nashville, which is a Democratic city. Mm-hmm. Which they're doing this.
The state is heavily gerrymandered too. That's why they're able to have this power.
Why are they doing this and nobody can see it except for you and I? Because we're the only ones who alluded to it. Because they know after the next election, it's going to be hard for Republicans to win. If the Republicans lose in 2024, it's going to be over. Because the future generations are younger, and the young kids are pissed off about what's going on in Tennessee. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When nothing's going to get people to move to.
The Republicans are so stupid. I don't know what their aim is. It's like you're trying to take away women's rights, so that's going to piss off young women. I mean, then you're doing this nonsense. You're just pissing off the younger folks. What are they going to want to even have anything to do with your party?
But what they're going to do is they're going to try to make laws to ensure that they can stay in power.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And just like...
Haven't they always done that?
Yeah. Well, and like in this case, where they kick out these two people, and which is going to go to the Supreme Court. This will go to Supreme Court as a First Amendment right violation, mm-hmm. which it is. That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, well, that's against their First Amendment rights.
Yeah.
And so, but speaking of the Supreme Court, did you hear about Clarence Thomas?
Oh, yeah. All of his lavish vacations.
Funded by the same people who are funding all this gerrymandering, and they're funding all this stuff.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah. They're big donors to these right-wing groups that want to elect right-wing people to keep the far right in power. So, yeah, he's accepting money from these donor. Well, he wasn't claiming it, because he was trying to hide it. So, I mean, isn't that kind of like a tax violation?
I don't know
a Supreme Court justice would have to be impeached, right?
I think so. I think they can be impeached. I think it's called impeachment. But
that wouldn't pass because everything's too.
I heard that one of the vacations alone was $500,000 vacation.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit.
It must be nice.
Like, what if you make that much to have an extra $500,000 and it is like nothing for a vacation? Why can't you just pay your fucking taxes?
Yeah. Well, and also, how can that be not considered a bribe?
I know. I don't understand how it's not bribery.
Yeah, because you're going to get that guy.
Clearly, he's making rules that are favoring this guy, or he's not going to keep getting the vacations.
I like to think I have morals, but if I was like on the city council and somebody offered me a $500,000, vacation to vote a certain way, well, they don't really say it's to vote a certain way, but I'd probably be like, I'll do you a little favor for giving me this $500,000 vacation.
Yeah, a lot of people would,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Fuck. Well, doomed. I think that's it. Well, doomed. And so, the big news of the week, though. Big news of the week. Oh, God, I should have had this ready. Well, we're killing time here. Wonder how everybody's doing out there in podcast land. Okay.
They're sleeping.
Yeah, we'll be putting this out later, I'm sure. All right, so let me see here. Get this pulled up.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
Uh-oh.
So,
Bud Light and fuck Anheuser-Busch.
I forgot that. I forgot about that part. Is he now going to go by Grandpa Rock then?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. So, if those who don't know, Bud Light put out a can to come. So what's a word? Words are hard, especially this early in the morning. To commemorate, it was Women's History Month.
Okay.
And so they put out a rainbow can to celebrate the a transsexual person 1 year anniversary of being in the person's famous on TikTok and posting their journey into becoming a woman. Mm-hmm. So Bud Light put out a rainbow can, and that is what Kid Rock was so pissed about. So he shot up by 4 cases of Bud Light. Those poor innocent cans did nothing. I don't get. Okay.
He's trying to sell concert tickets or records, records, albums or what.
Downloads.
He's trying to make money.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he really. Isn't the drummer in the band, isn't she a lesbian?
I'm not sure, but.
I thought I had heard that once a long time ago. People.
Yeah.
People gossip about stuff, but I'm like, I never thought he had a problem with.
Remember when Kid Rock used to be inclusive? I mean, I saw that picture where he's drinking a Bud Light with a drag queen.
Busted. You should have thought about all your old pictures before you did this, because people are gonna fucking bring it up out of there. Somebody out there has got a picture.
Yeah, so you got a picture of that. You have a female drummer who's of color who maybe she's.
I know I shouldn't have said that because I had heard that. So I don't know for sure.
Maybe,
but
he used to have a little person in his band.
Yeah,
Josie. And, there was that one rap song that they came out with that was in a children's movie that Kid Rock said he liked his girl who was underage. True story. True story.
Well, I guess he does fit in with the Republicans then. I mean, he fits in better with them.
And you're right. You're right. You got to the point of what I was trying to make about Kid Rock is his career is on the downside because as he said, he's a grandpa. He's no longer a kid. He's 52, 53 now. And he's not selling as many tickets. Okay? And I'm going to preface this thing. I saw Kid Rock open for Aerosmith and Run DMC. They all came out and did Walk This Way at the end. Phenomenal. I saw him at Woodstock 99. That was a good performance by him. I've seen him in Vegas. I saw him once in Laughlin. I saw him, he did a charity show for Tiger Woods up in Vegas a few years ago. So I think Kid Rock, I like him. I like him as a performer. He's a great performer. But he's not selling as many tickets in metropolitan areas, we'll say. So what do? You become far right like this? Oh, I'm going to get angry at a rainbow can.
Well, he does douchebag stuff after douchebag stuff. So people eventually are like, all right, I'm not into you anymore because you won't just shut the fuck up and play your music.
Yeah, like I'm not going to pay to see him again.
Yeah.
As much as I like his concerts, I'm not going to go see him again.
I've only seen him once, and it was at like one of those festivals with like a bunch of bands. He was like the headliner because it was like when that Ba with the Ba.
Ba with the Ba, the bang, the bang, da-da-da-da.
Yeah, it was whenever that was popular. Which looking back now, I'm like, his music does kind of suck. I'm like, all right, I can see why folks around here like it. Number one, they're like stuck decades behind the times. I mean, you know, they're still wearing like all the Affliction stuff right now. And I mean, hasn't that gone out?
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised they don't show up in like the Von Dutch stuff.
I saw at Walmart. They got the new spring line in of the Juicy shorts.
Oh, geez.
No, but okay. So Kid Rock. So no, he can't sell tickets. You know, but he could sure sell a hell of a lot of tickets in Laughlin. He sells Laughlin out all the time,
Well,
and that's because
he needs to stick with just doing like rural America tours.
Yeah,
you can make tons of money off these people. Yeah, just go wherever Trump is popular, because those morons, if they're willing to give money to Trump, you know, to get him out of his woes, they will love to give you money because not only did you go against, you know, something LGBTQ, but you also used a gun in order to do it, to shoot up the cans. So win-win as far as they're concerned, you know?
Yeah.
Those are their two favorite things, hate and guns.
Yeah, and the other thing is, for Bud Light, god damn, that was the best free, like I said earlier, you know, any advertising, any publicity is good publicity. Boy, it fucking did a number for Bud Light. And around here, man, the boycott of Anheuser-Busch is working because I went to get some Bud Light. I know people don't really think it's a great beer, but whatever, I like it. And I noticed, I'm like going, wow, they must have either just really stocked this or, you know, because there was only like a couple 30 packs missing. And I looked over and I realized, well, the boycott's working because the Budweiser was almost gone, completely gone.
So, and they can't put two and two together.
That Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, Budweiser is Bud Light. It was the fully loaded one until they came out with the whole taste great, less filling
Right.
campaign.
You just water it down a little bit.
Right.
You know,
It's like, that's just non-watered down Bud Light is what you bought, folks. Geniuses,
yes. So that is working.
It even says Anheuser-Busch on the
Bud.
label. It's like,
yeah.
Wouldn't that have been a ding, ding, ding? Oh, wait a second. I'm
going to show them, and it's going to be like this. Okay. I apologize to the conservatives. There's a lot of smart conservative people. We're not talking about you.
Yeah.
Not talking about them. Okay, we're dumbing it down.
Uh-huh.
The same ones that said that they'll never watch the NFL again. These are the same ones. They're never going to buy Nike again. Okay? Because, you know, LeBron James had something to say or something. I forget. Oh, because Nike supported Colin Kaepernick. That's what it was. That's why they weren't going to wear Nikes. Mm-hmm. Okay? And, shit, Disney, go woke, go broke. I will put you any money that this fall, that when the football season starts, they'll be sitting down there in their Aaron Rodgers Nike jersey with their Nikes sneakers kicked up, drinking a Bud Light, watching NFL football.
And planning a trip to Disneyland for their kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and it'll be the same weekend like the next Avengers movie comes out, which is owned by Disney,
right?
Marvel, Star Wars. So, really, kid, did you really do anything? Another one, big country star boycotted Anheuser-Busch, Travis Tritt.
Oh,
You don't remember
who
him?
cares? Yeah. I know.
Here's a
Like,
quarter. Call someone who cares.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah, Budweiser. That's what That's what.
Hey, Travis, you boycotted us. Here's a quarter. Call someone who cares. Like,
Hey there. That joke was a softball.
is he even? Yeah, is he even doing anything?
And
Isn't
fucking,
he retired?
You know what?
Long gone?
You know what Bud Light should do for the Super Bowl next year is that they should buy that song from Travis Tritt, offer him like $3 million. Hey, can we buy the rights to your song?
Oh,
and you
right.
know, I'll bet he would do it.
I bet he would too, because he's got to be like. He could be maybe needing money, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
If he came out with a statement like that.
How much
like,
could Travis Tritt? Well, now Travis Tritt could go on tour with Kid Rock. I
Well, that's what I'm
suppose.
saying. Maybe he's planning a tour, so that's why. Because it's like we haven't
Yeah.
heard from you in over 20 years, dude.
Yeah, he could play. I don't think he would be able to play the Laughlin Event Center, but he could probably play the one over at Harrah's because Aaron Lewis did it last year, and I like Aaron Lewis.
He could maybe play some state fairs.
Yeah. Aaron Lewis and I went there to go see a rock show, and it turned into a fuck Joe Biden rally.
Oh God, it turned into a Trump rally.
Yeah, no, between every song it
And
was
Trump
fuck
wasn't
Joe
even there.
Biden.
Trump wasn't even there, and it turns into a Trump
It,
rally.
it was a Trump rally. I'm like, I came here to say, hear you sing. It's been a while.
Aaron Rodgers is helping Trump
Shut-
get money
shut
too.
and sing.
He's like, he goes, if I do this, they'll be inclined to maybe go home and donate. Maybe they should pull their phone out of their pocket right now and do some donating.
You know what's funny about sorry, Aaron Rodgers. He wants to get traded. The Packers have already named Jordan Love their starting quarterback next year. So they're trying to trade Aaron Rodgers, and they're trying to trade him to the Jets.
And nobody wants them, or
Well, nobody is willing to pay the price that they're asking.
how is he going to get his $40 million contract or whatever if he gets traded? How does that work?
They probably would renegotiate the contract,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know. Oh, just a fucking crazy fucking time that we fucking are living in on it. But I will say this, though. Bob Ritchie, Kid Rock,
Grandpa Rock.
Grandpa Rock,
That's what I'm going to call him from now on.
if you're listening to this, come on the podcast and let's have a conversation. Prove us wrong. Come on, talk to us. Prove us wrong. I'm a big fan, man. I've seen you like 8 or 9 times. I've paid to see you many times. So come on, sit down, talk to us. You know, we can promote the show in Laughlin. But not like you need help. He doesn't need help selling tickets here, but maybe
And these people don't listen to us.
we're big in LA, man. Maybe Kid Rock can do it. We can get you promote a show and get you in LA. You know?
Doesn't he hate California like all the rest of them? Who knows? If
Oh, but you pay him to do a show there. I'm sure he would go.
maybe Bakersfield.
Oh yeah, he could pay the Bakersfield Arena,
Yeah.
but he wouldn't need our help there.
Yeah.
So no, but we'll get you tickets sold in like a market like New York. Kid Rock, you go back to New York. You know, maybe not Madison Square Garden again, but so Bob, come on the podcast, sit down and have a conversation with us. We won't be hostile. You know, enjoy it. Enjoy talking to you and see we still hate Bud Light. Although I might be drinking a Bud Light if we did have him on.
To try to trigger him.
No, because I drink Bud Light during the podcast. That's all. And, or maybe Kid Rock.
Maybe you
we
got to
like-
make sure you get one of the rainbow cans.
We like to drink beer on this podcast. Maybe he can turn us on. What do you think he drinks? Pabst, Schlitz?
He probably is a Pabst guy. I don't know.
I don't know. So, come on podcast and debate us.
Yeah.
Aaron Lewis too. Travis Tritt.
Aaron Lewis. Did I say accidentally say Aaron Rodgers when I was talking about it?
When I was talking about Aaron Lewis, you went to Aaron Rodgers.
I know, and I meant Aaron Lewis. I'm like, we're talking about so many Karens. They're both Karens.
But I am going to see Aaron Lewis again because he's playing with Godsmack in Vegas. But his band Stained is playing with Godsmack. So I'm going to see again, Aaron. And
really?
But he doesn't do the political shit at the Stained shows.
Only his
solo shows.
Okay.
The other band members are probably like, don't bring that up here.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of concerts, I got to get up to Vegas. That's why we're doing this early today. I'm going to see Muse tonight with Evanescence. Should be a great show.
Oh, okay, cool.
And what are you going to do on this Easter weekend?
I don't know. I have a pinched nerve, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm not in the best of moods, but I am, after the podcast, I'm going to get a massage. So hopefully it gets worked out so I can, I need to clean up around here. I need to do some housework.
Yeah. I need to do housework too. I went to Vegas last weekend too. So, yeah, well, that's what Easter's for. I mean, celebrate bunnies and eggs, bunnies that poop out eggs and stuff like that.
Chocolate eggs.
It's nothing.
Chocolate Cadbury eggs.
I'm surprised, just to wrap this up and go back to the beginning on it. I am surprised that the conservatives didn't do that, because it did happen during Easter week, his indictment, and it kind of boosted him. So are they going to be celebrating him tomorrow, like the resurrection of Trump?
Oh, God. Well, they are in a cult.
Yeah.
I mean,
Marjorie Taylor Greene did say,
she compared him to Jesus.
Nelson Mandela and Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The most persecuted people on earth ever. But what would Jesus do? Jesus would want to help homeless people. So while we're all spouting off about homeless and, expelling people from Congress, and Jesus wouldn't be for little kids getting shot in schools.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Jesus would probably want to protect all the people from mass shootings. He would probably want to do that.
Jesus would definitely be for an assault rifle ban.
Yeah. But see, I think the other side of the aisle thinks that Jesus would be for, they probably pictured Jesus holding an AR-15.
Right.
I mean, because I don't know what the...
Well,
somehow to them, guns and religion go hand in hand.
That would be your Kenny Loggins looking Jesus, though. Right.
Right. Yeah. We're not talking about real Jesus.
Yeah, your vanilla latte Jesus.
They can't see Jesus as he would actually be based off of
right.
From.
Because Jesus isn't going to really look like Kid Rock. He's going to look more like the Justins in Tennessee.
Right.
He's just if you're doing the those paint swatches you hold up to the wall.
Right.
If you were looking at shading, Jesus would look more towards the Justins than the Kid Rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's from the Middle East, so he's not going to look like an American. I hate to break it to you.
Although he would be more closely shaded to Donald Trump, though, than Kid Rock. When Donald Trump puts on the face paint.
Oh yeah, but that's always orange.
but it would be more closely shaded. It'd be darker than that, but more closely shaded to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
All right. So if this podcast doesn't get us canceled, I don't know what will. So on that note, happy Easter, everybody, and we will talk to you next week if we don't get canceled.
Happy Easter, y'all.
Okay.
Eat lots of candy and deviled eggs.
Peeps.
Ew. The worst.
Now, Peeps are more closely shaded to Kid Rock.
Oh, yeah.
The
some of them.
inside.
Yeah, oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
The inside, yeah.
Okay. All right. Come talk to us, kid. Bye.
Bye, y'all.